Chelsea's next 5 games after this current international break. So the international break currently will be the last for the year, and after that, games will keep coming from left, center, or angles. There won't be any international break until at least March 2026. So the games will be a lot, and let's get into Chelsea's next 5 games after the international break. Their first game after the break will be against Burnley at home, Burnley's home, and that promises to be a very difficult game. You know, Burnley are one of those teams that they will always want to make it difficult for the big teams playing against them, especially when they are at home. It's not usually easy playing Burnley at home, and knowing that they are playing against a bigger team, they would want to do everything to defend well, possibly sit deep on that day to avoid allowing the opponent create a lot of chances against them. So, and you know, of course, Burnley, they have some players who have actually impressed this season, and despite being, I think, 17th currently in the Premier League table, they have still had some good games, and they are still capable of hurting anything that comes to that their home that does not play well or does not take their chances. Burnley will definitely be there to hurt you. Promises to be a difficult game, and everyone gives Burnley a special kind of attention when they are playing against Burnley, because when you don't, they will punish you. So Burnley versus Chelsea, I believe Enzo Maresca would deploy the best possible 11 for that game. There are some players currently at Chelsea's Cobham training base who did not go for the current international break. So they are training currently, and I believe they are going to be in the best possible shape and condition for that coming game. They have had enough rest, and Burnley's game should be like win for them. We should get nothing but a win from that Burnley game. But yes, Chelsea will be playing against Burnley, their first game after the international break, and it's not going to be easy. And then the second game after that Burnley game will be the long anticipated Chelsea versus Barcelona Champions League game the following week. You know, this game between Chelsea and Barcelona, the date is actually on November 25th. This has been the most anticipated game amongst the Champions League games since the Champions League draws were made and Chelsea found themselves in the same league phase group with Barcelona. So everybody wants to see how Chelsea will perform against this Barcelona. Chelsea has played against PSG in the Club World Cup. Chelsea has faced Bayern earlier in the Champions League as their first game. Now it is Barcelona's time. A lot of people believe that Chelsea will exploit Barcelona's high defensive line. A lot of people will feel like Barcelona's attack will be too much for Chelsea's not so good defense. So it's going to be a good game. There are a lot of players to watch out for. You know, they said Moises Caicedo has not tested himself against some of the world's best midfielders from other leagues. So he has the opportunity to play against the likes of Pedri, the likes of Frankie de Jong in that game. And also, Marc Cucurella is releasing the opportunity to play against his international teammate, Lamine Yamal. He had an interview recently where he said that the good thing about this game against Barcelona is that the World Cup is still far away. So even if it means him knocking Yamal out during the Chelsea versus Barcelona game, he will knock him out, and Yamal will also be able to recover from whatever thing that happens in that game before the World Cup, where they will become teammates in the Spanish national team. So everyone is actually relishing that game to come like as soon as possible. Both the players from both clubs, even before the Champions League draw, I think on the day of the Champions League draw, Chelsea players were asked individually the team they wish to meet in the Champions League, and a good number of them mentioned that they wanted Barcelona. And now Barcelona, they will play come November 25th. So it's going to be an interesting game. The fans has been looking forward to this game for a very long time. Banters has been flying up and down, everybody with their opinions, and it really promises to be a very good game, both technically, players with good quality, managers with sound mind and tactics too. Everything that a good football game should produce, I'm highly anticipating that that game that they will produce the qualities like that really should come from it. So Chelsea versus Barcelona, second game after the current international break. Everybody is looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it, and the game will be holding at Stamford Bridge. So it's actually going to be a game to watch. Chelsea Barcelona. Then after Barcelona as well, we'll have another like very difficult and strong game the following weekend at home again, but now against the Premier League leaders. I'm sure they will still be Premier League leaders by the time we are playing this game. I'm talking about Arsenal. Chelsea will be playing Arsenal as the third game after this current international break. Immediately after the Barcelona game, Arsenal will come next. Everybody knows Arsenal are currently the Premier League leaders. They have the best defense in the whole of Europe and the world at large. They have very good offensive players. They have very technical and quality midfielders too, who are capable of dominating games, dictating tempos from the middle of the park, defending well with the team, and every quality you need from a title chasing team. Arsenal has it everywhere. They also have a very strong squad depth and quality players who you can actually call upon when the people who maybe started the game are not in full flow with the game, or you need new legs or new personnel to influence your game. Arsenal has all of that. A lot of people see Arsenal as the favourites to win this game, considering where they are currently and their recent exploits. They just went on a 10-game without conceding any single goal. So it means they are strong. Everybody sees them as the favourites. But I trust my Chelsea. I trust my club. I know we are going to cause an upset in that game, and actually that's one of the games I am very much looking forward to this season. Arsenal at Stamford Bridge. No stone should be left unturned for that game. I'm sure of the players I have. I trust their qualities, and I know we'll definitely go for the 3 points. If we could do it against PSG, if we could play against Liverpool, we are definitely going to cause an upset against Arsenal. So come on, Blues. Then after the Arsenal game, the next game after that Arsenal game will be against Leeds United away at Leeds. So Leeds also one of the teams out of the championship earlier this season. They've not had the best of season like Sunderland are currently having, but then they are still trying their best. They have had a few decent games. They have had some upsets against some teams too in the Premier League who are already established. So Leeds are not doing entirely bad, and playing at home with their fans in the stadium, every visiting team will definitely try to be too careful against them, because Leeds are not entirely a team you can easily run around. They have got quality players all over the pitch, both from their defense to their goalkeeper and to their attack. They also have a sound mind of a coach. So a game against Leeds is definitely not going to be an easy one. It needs like the best possible approach, and I believe it's also a winnable game for Chelsea. We should be looking forward to getting the 3 points. But then this is how the games will just keep coming. This is just the first 5 games. There are still other games that will come after this first 5 during this festive season, and it promises to be a whole lot of games. So we need every quality, every player's hand to be on deck, everybody to be available physically and mentally for these games. So Chelsea versus Leeds United, good game coming up, and it's going to be the 4th game after this current international break. Then the final of these 5 games is going to be against one of the Premier League high flyers, Bournemouth. They are actually one of the teams performing a bit above the expectations that other teams and other spectators has put on them. They are performing way above that. They are having a very decent run. They are playing very well. They have quality players all over the pitch, even after losing some of their men starters and key players from the last season. The likes of Dean Howson, the likes of Milos Kekes, who is now at Liverpool, the likes of Zabani, who is now at PSG. They've lost a lot of good and quality players who were so important in their season last year. But then they have also brought in some replacements. They have promoted some players from their academy. They have actually performed massively and impressively in a way that a lot of people did not even think they were going to perform, especially after losing those important players. And then we've always known that the Antoine Semenyo, their attacking midfielder, or do I say winger, he's always been a good player, but he has also stepped up his play this season. He has contributed, I think, up to 6 Premier League games already this season. He's having a massive season, and he's going to be the player to look out for in that game. He's going to be a threat all over the pitch. Everybody knows that, and every defense he's playing against should actually be wary of him. So yes, Chelsea versus Bournemouth is going to be a very good game, and I'm actually looking forward to that as well. So these are the next 5 games for Chelsea after this current international break. I will list them again. Chelsea will start with Burnley away, and then they will play Barcelona in the Champions League at home. After Barcelona, they will play Arsenal at home again, and then they will play Leeds United away and Bournemouth away. So 5 games after the international break, coming so fast. Everybody